This this is about profitable organic farming. I have been in this field for the past nearly 25, 28 years now. And as and when you say organic or natural, automatically it implies that it is farming only. Because you have to think about the crop diversity that is going to help the soil also. And if you have a healthy soil, then only you will have a healthy crop. So basically what we do is we have a lot of I own around 25 acres of land, which is all certified organic. It is irrigated by well water and borewell water. We do all kinds of crops here. Primarily, there is sugarcane, which is processed into jaggery also. Then, uh, conventionally in our area, sugarcane is grown in 3 or 4 feet rows. What we do is we grow it in around 8 to 10 feet rows, because of which for the first 4 5 months at least we get the space between the rows to be used for different crops according to the season. In the beginning, if normally we sow sugarcane in October, November, so that is the Rabi season, winter season. So in that we have there is Bengal gram, then there is wheat, the emmer wheat, black wheat, and because we have our own store in Belgaum, in the name of Venugram Organics, we grow vegetables also, which are then which adds to the diversity also as well as to the profit also. Normally, people take intercrops in sugarcane, but what happens with us is that sugarcane is our intercrop, and we take other crops also. Like there is watermelon, there is muskmelon, even our regular pumpkin and bottle gourd also is grown in that. Because first 2.5, 3 months is growth of sugarcane is very slow. So automatically we get all that time and land for use. And it's a good season to grow vegetables also. So on an average, in fact, there are a lot of crops which are grown. There is beetroot, there is potato, there is sweet potato. All these things are grown. And after harvesting the crop, whatever is left over, the stalks of wheat or this vines and everything of the watermelon and everything that is left, that is just chopped and dropped in the field. It is left there. So it adds to the humus of the soil, and it acts as a natural mulch also. It helps us control weeds, and the irrigation requirement compared to conventional farmers for us is very less. And if you just put your hand in the soil, we can easily dig up to more than 10-12 inches of soil with our bare hands. The soil is so soft, and you keep on encountering a lot of earthworms and all other things there. Post harvesting all these vegetables and everything, the earthing up is done for the sugarcane, and after that, generally, if weather and water permits, we grow for a green manuring crop in that, which is then again after 1.5 months just cut and dropped into the on the soil as mulch. That takes care of most of the nutritional requirement of the sugarcane crop. And the same is repeated for the ratoon crop also. After the sugarcane is harvested, we don't burn the stubbles and anything. Plus, this happens. All other crops we do consistent mixed farming, like whatever the earlier generation used to do, which helps in diversifying the risk also, and enhancing the diversity also. So if by bad luck, if there is a crop which doesn't grow well, if there are already two, three crops within that same field which will help us break even or get a good margin at whatever we are doing. So normally now green gram or peanuts is intercropped with pigeon pea. Green gram is harvested in 2.5 months. Same with black gram also. And pigeon pea or tur gets harvested after 6 months. So the residual moisture, this is done in rain-fed part of my farm. So that also helps in diversifying the risk also and getting extra income at no extra cost because all other operations have to be anyway done for that. Then intercropped with maize which is used as fodder also, and then again some of it goes to the market. The most important thing for to make any kind of organic farming profitable is that you should have an eye on the market also. You should know what sells in your area, and then you should try and sell those things directly uh, without using any middleman. So that is actually something which will add to the profit. You can decide your own rates, and you can decide what crops to grow according to the whatever customers you have. Our model is that we have our own WhatsApp groups wherein we post whatever is available and we harvest against orders, and then it is sold directly to the customers at fixed prices throughout the year. So that is something which makes organic farming profitable. Now coming to the other advantage of mixed farming is it helps in the diversity of the flora and fauna, and pest and disease incidences are very less even compared to the conventional chemical farmers in and around my farm. All the borders we have trees, all kinds of trees. Then there is trees for timber, trees for fruits. We start off with moringa or drumstick, which is good for the soil as well as for fodder purposes also. Then there is teak, there is mahogany. Those are long Malabar neem. Those are long-term crops which can be harvested after 10, 12, 20 years and which add to the profitability of the whole venture. So along with mixed farming, you have to have at least a few cows or bullocks or whatever you want in your farm, which is again recycling of the farm waste because they eat whatever we don't require and give us something which is very essential for a farm in the form of cow dung and urine, which is made into compost and again reapplied. And the cow urine is used as sprays and all of that. The regularly done things which are there are done. You should diversify into horticulture also. So normally, what my pattern is that out of 100% of land, 60% is reserved for regular agriculture and 40% is diverted to horticulture crops. Again, keeping an eye on what grows in our area. So I got guava, I got papaya, there is coconut, there is sitapal, rampal, which is nice here. Then there is a regular lemon, the larger lemon, lot of these things also. And initially, I got around 8 varieties of mango. Initially, first 3, 4 years in the orchards also, you can have a lot of intercrops. After that, again, we follow the same system there also, where we either sow things for green manure or just allow the land to grow, and then it is chopped off. All the vegetation is just chopped and dropped. And, I cannot actually explain the thing here because once you step on the soil in a farm, you realize that it is always very soft. It is like walking on what do you call a carpet, and that is all because of the microbes which are in the soil and which we just see that we don't destroy them. They keep on multiplying by themselves. Whatever food they require in terms of organic mulch and everything, and that is also in situ. We don't get anything from outside and dump there. It grows there again. It is dropped back. All the leaf litter falls there. Extra fruits, everything just falls there. And because that natural, there are a lot of beehives in and around the farm. Throughout the year, we can see a lot of beehives, which again directly help in the pollination and indirectly help in the profitability of the whole venture, what we are doing. There are small animals also that run around. Like it is a living ecosystem, you can say, and lot of birds, which again they manage to eat the pests on the regular main crops, and whatever we don't harvest is left for them. Uh, They feed themselves on that. So we have got a lot of diversity in terms of birds, bees, and all the other small rabbits, foxes, all those animals also. And it is a regular farm. Why I'm telling you this? Because all this is there, it doesn't mean that it is somewhere far away from the road or far away from the village. It is quite nearby. But even then, because of all the plants and everything which we have actually planted, and some of them which have come up naturally, we just left it where they are. If they are on the borders of the farm, there is a lot of neem, there is acacia. So that again helps in maintaining the microclimate also. Mm. The water levels in our wells and borewells are much better compared to our immediate neighbors also, because all this vegetation acts as a sump for the rainwater. Hardly any water flows out of our farm. Yeah, any rainwater flows out of a farm because we have made all arrangements to see that it is soaked inside the soil. There are trenches, plus there are live hedges, live bunds, and a lot of trees in and around. So even if there is heavy downpour also, most of the water is absorbed into the soil, which uh, which helps in our water level in our wells and bore wells throughout the year. Other than that, I have not ventured into any agriculture related businesses like goat keeping or sheep rearing or poultry or anything like that. Only thing I have is a few cows, and then the main thing which works out for us is that we have a direct marketing setup. My farm, I'm talking from Belgaum now. My farm is around 50 kilometers from here, a village called Nerli. So twice a week we have a direct farmers market in Belgaum, where fresh produce is harvested in the morning and it all gets distributed and sold off by evening of the same day. Mm. So this helps in making the whole venture profitable. I think at this point that is all I can say. If there is anybody here who wants to ask anything, and if it is an interactive session, I think I can be of more use. Thank you. If that's it, then please allow me to leave the meeting. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Nerlikar. Can you
Yes,
hear
sir.
me? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, I can hear
I
you.
think madam's phone is, she must be out of the meeting. Perhaps she'll come
Okay.
within a minute or two because there will be questions asked. So,
Yeah,
where exactly is your farm near Belgaum?
it's a place called Nerli, around 56 kilometers from Belgaum, towards Kolhapur, Maharashtra.
Okay, on the highway.
Just off the highway, sir. Around
Okay,
4
okay,
5 kilometers
and
off the highway,
okay,
but
and it's
very
a
well.
okay, it's a black soil, is it?
It's black cotton soil, fully.
Okay, okay. So, what acreage and labor which you're having?
25 acres of land, which is all certified organic, like I said earlier.
Certified by?
Labor certified by the Reliable Organic Services, Bangalore.
Okay.
That is there. And then what is that? Labor, sir, we have got permanent 5 males working for us,
Okay.
and 2 or 3 ladies. And as per season and requirement, we hire more people.
Okay.
Uh, that is generally needed during harvesting time. Other than that, it's okay. We can manage.
Okay.
So, what is the source of your seeds, please?
Uh,
The seeds
most
or
of
the seedlings?
most of our seeds are self-sourced now.
Okay,
Uh,
very nice. Okay.
to buy also, there are a few people like Sahaj Seeds and Arrowway Farms and all of those, which give nutty organic seeds.
Okay.
We buy that. Regarding a few crops, unfortunately, there is nothing which is organic. In the seeds, this like cabbage and cauliflower. So we have to get whatever is in the market, and then we give it a Gumutra treatment and all of that, and then sow the seeds. All other, all 99% of the vegetables are all local.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever we keep it, and there are a lot of leafies also, which are easy to propagate.
Lot of
Leafy vegetables,
leafy vegetables. Okay.
all of that. That's propagating the seed is also very easy, and we do that.
Okay.
And
Which? Yeah.
sometimes you meet up with other farmers
Yes.
who has some or the other seeds, and we exchange.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Yeah. So what is the variety of sugarcane that you are growing?
Normally, it is CO86032, because that is one variety which is very well suited for our
Yes. Yes.
soil.
It's a
And
very old. Correct.
yeah, it's very old.
Yeah.
And we just, whenever we need to replant,
Mm.
we just take from one part of the field and shift it to the other. That is in-house only, since very long time it is our own seed.
Okay.
And then mostly we 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 focus on keeping more ratoons rather than just replanting every other year.
Yeah.
At 3 to 4 years, 3 to 4 ratoons we go for,
Okay.
without any appreciable drop in the yields also.
Oh, that's nice.
That helps in. There is a lot of sugarcane straw which is left over after the harvest,
Mm.
and if it keeps on falling on the same land, it helps in this organic material added to the soil also.
You don't need to go to the sugar factory, I suppose. Mostly you make your jaggery and sell it.
Jaggery, most of it we make jaggery.
Okay.
Then there are a few people, a couple of my, we can say colleagues or whatever, they have their own jaggery setup also. So whatever I process, rest of the thing, rest of the sugar cane they buy, which gives me a better premium than the factory also. They also get a good sugar cane for their jaggery.
So it makes sense. You don't have to transport it.
Ah,
Yeah.
and we go for all kinds of jaggery. Means there is that hard lump, which is
Okay.
normally 1 kg. We don't go above that size because storage and life of the jaggery improves when it is in a smaller size. We have seen that. Then there
Yes.
is granule, there is powder, then there is liquid jaggery also, which
Okay.
in local language we call kakvi.
Okay.
It's a syrup, jaggery syrup kind of thing. We do that. And whatever we grow, we see that with that it is processed to the maximum, whatever we can manage. So if you grow jawar, uh, we make it into jawar flour and then jawar rava also. A lot of diabetics and those people prefer that. That way, everything. If you grow Bengal gram, then there is the whole Bengal gram, there is Bengal gram dal, and then there is besan.
Okay.
However possible. That's what, and every step adds to the value. So it all helps in the profitability of the whole thing.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, nice.
Mr. Ambaprasad,
Yeah,
I'll
please.
take up some questions.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
What are the essential steps to start a mixed organic farm from scratch?
Okay, madam. The most important thing is you have to try at your own place according to your own natural conditions. The books and the other farmers are just to be used as guides because farm to farm also in a same village the things keep on changing. So you just cannot have some model from somewhere and plonk it on your place. Um, because there are a lot of people who are propagating their own style of farming. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to how well you can manage your own resources and your own farm. The first requirement is you should have some kind of irrigation at least, and then lot of you can keep on. It's a slow process, but I have never felt that once you change switch over to organic from chemical, there is huge loss. People say that that doesn't actually happen if you diversify from the beginning only. And initially, when you are starting off, you can use some of the certified inputs which are available just to help you along in terms of the universities, agriculture universities give us some bacteria and this for sprays as pesticides, fungicides. We can use them. If possible, you can have 1 or 2 cows at your place, cows, bulls, whatever. If that is not possible, also it's okay. And there are a lot of
Okay.
formulations which you can do yourself. Most of our whatever we use as sprays and everything is all in house right now. We can do that. Earlier, when I started off, I got into organic farming around 15, 16 years ago. I used to use that EM a lot. You might have heard effective microorganisms culture. I used to use that a lot, but eventually, once the soil takes over and the soil is healthy enough, the requirement of all inputs and sprays just drastically goes down.
Okay. And how do you select the right mix of crops and livestock for a mixed organic farm?
Livestock, like I said, it all depends on the size of the farm and the availability of labor and how much time actually you as the farmer or owner is going to spend on the farm. So you will need something for cow dung, whether it is, like I said, cow, buffalo, or bullocks or whatever. We use a lot of bullocks for our intercultural operations. We use very less of mechanized. I do have a small cow, but most of the things are done by bullocks. And if the person wants to live on the farm, then he can go for a poultry unit or honey bee rearing, or he can go think of goat rearing also. I have not done any of those, but that is also feasible and possible.
Okay. And what criteria should be considered when choosing a location for mixed organic farming?
So location can be anywhere, madam. Whatever land you have, that is okay. You just have to see what we did actually was we just saw what was grown around 10, 15, not 10, 15, around 50 years ago. I come from a basically from an agricultural family. So it was a bit easier for me. For people who are thinking of shifting from cities to farms, it will be a bit difficult in the beginning. Then whatever kind of land you have, that is immaterial. As long as you have some water and a good approach roads, that's okay. We can do locally. And the most important thing is in the beginning, at least, don't go for any exotic mm, varieties or whatever you see on all these YouTube and everything. Just see what is grown locally, what is eaten locally, and what can be sold locally. So you don't have that headache of managing things which are unsellable. And if we
Okay.
have the basic criteria which we follow is it should be edible to the humans or to the animals at least. So it should end up on our plate or as fodder. So then making a loss is very difficult if you think like this.
Okay. And what are the key principles and practices of organic farming?
Key principles organic, there is a lot of confusion between organic, then permaculture then there is natural farmers, then there is Subhash Palekar sir, all those things. I just, like I was saying earlier also, we just follow what is suitable to our geographical location and to the set of people we have because we cannot go and do all the work. So we are going to have to rely on labor because natural, organic, whatever kind of farming is more human centric because everything is has to be done. The weeding has to be done manually. The seeding has to be done manually. We don't use weedicides and all of that. So you should have a good set of people also, and if you can convey to them what you are doing actually, uh, then your venture will have a smooth sailing.
Okay. And how do you ensure soil fertility and
Your
in
voice,
an organic farming system?
could you please repeat that?
I'll repeat. How do you ensure soil fertility and health?
Like, soil fertility, if you have any kind of farm animals, you can have very good compost of all the waste material on the farm, plus the cow dung, plus the urine, that you can do. And if you go in for horticulture, it is actually very easy to maintain soil fertility in horticulture because there is no tilling, there is nothing done there. Water is grown, just chop and drop. any kind of weeds before they become a problem, before they start flowering and all of that. You just chop them and drop them. If you have any animal inputs, you like cow dung slurry or anything, just spray on that or just dribble on that. It will help in degrading the organic matter faster. And the thing is, if there is moisture in the soil and below the soil surface and mulch above the ground, all the subterranean creatures will just come and finish it off, because any amount of organic matter which is dumped on the soil gets decomposed or eaten away, you can say, within a matter of months. So if you are lucky, you can have 2 or 3 such cycles per year, and within 2 3 years, it will be totally like I just said, walking on a mattress. The thing is not to take away the whatever is not used. Like when we used to have banana, we still have a bunch of banana is around 20 kgs. 20 25 kgs is a bunch of banana. But the whole plant, when it is still alive, for giving you a 20 kg banana, that plant will be around 60 to 70 kgs. So if you, what we do is after the bunch is harvested, we chop off the top of the plant and slowly keep on chopping it down as and when it keeps drying. It helps in the growth of the suckers also, the next generation. Plus it adds to the soil. So for an acre of banana, if you take away 25 30 tons of produce, you are adding around 70 to 80 tons of organic matter to the soil. That's how we actually started off earlier, and it has paid very rich dividends. Our soil is very nice now, and because of that, the incidence of diseases is very less. I keep on reiterating because there are a lot of chemical farmers in and around my farm. Compared to them, our produce is better in taste and all of that. That is okay. In terms of pests and disease, also we are much better off than them.
Okay. And what organic methods can be used to control pest and disease on a mixed farm?
If we have, like I said, some animals, the urine can be used in a diluted form. Then there are on any farm there are a lot of plants which are not eaten by either humans or the animals, grazing animals. You can identify them easily, and some of them are used in traditional medicine also. Those things also, like neem and everything, and they just grow wild. You just get them. What we do is we get them, grind them on a stone, roughly grind them, and then add it to because we have got animals, we add it into the urine directly in plastic buckets. If you don't have animals, you just put it into water for say around a week or so, and then use that water, dilute it in 1:3 or 1:5 ratio, and spray on the plants. This will automatically help in control of pests and disease also. Then there is you can use sour buttermilk, which you can buy some curd and then make the buttermilk and all of that, even if you don't have any of your own animals to give you milk and anything. It is not so costly also. And there is the one wonderful formulation which I use a lot of times. It is called the garbage enzyme. It is basically a mixture of 1 part of jaggery, 3 parts of whatever fruit or vegetable, and 10 parts of water. It needs to be fermented for 3 months, And then after 3 months, it is more or less like organic vinegar, which is used as a spray. It will help in control of pests in diseases, and if it is applied to the soil through irrigation water or direct spray, it helps in the enhancing the fertility of the soil. And consistently, it has given me very good results. People with potted plants and kitchen gardens in our Belgaum city also, they take it from me and they use it in their balconies and everything, other than agriculture. And it is easy to prepare, very economical. And I think anybody who wants to go into organic or this kind of farming can very easily do it and get very good results.
Okay. And what type of certification is required to market products as organic, and how can one obtain it?
There are a lot of certifying agencies. You can approach them. They are available on the internet also. So the initial process is for 4 years. Once you start off being once you go in for the certification process, first 3 years are called conversion period, and the fourth year you become fully organic. So you get that organic certification in the fourth year. Every year there is audit at a fixed time. The auditors, they come to your farm, they check all the records. We have to maintain a diary of whatever we are doing, whatever we are using, and they are at liberty to randomly take whatever sample they want if they have some doubts. And it is all done on farm only, not like sitting in their offices. They travel all the way to our farm. They spend a full day with us, and we have to explain all of the things which we are doing, plus whatever we are storing, whatever kind of seeds we are using. We have to maintain a ledger also. Plus, again, when the auditor comes there, he'll move around the farm. He'll do his general inspection. And there is a
Okay.
nominal fee. If you are a group, the fee is less. And there are 2, 3 kinds of certifications now. But if you want to sell as organic in and around your place, regular control in Indian, this is enough.
Okay. And just a couple of more questions. How can crop rotation and companion planting benefit a mixed organic farm?
Crop rotation normally, which is prescribed here, is a monocrop is followed by a this monocotyledon is followed by dicotyledon, because it will help in replenishing the nutritional loss also. Any and every crop which is split normally, which becomes a dal afterwards, is very good at nitrogen fixation. So that helps. And what we do and we suggest is, instead of a whole crop rotation, you should go in for a mixed cropping only. In the beginning, if there are 4 lines of maize, then there will be 4 lines of green gram or black gram or soybean, whatever it is. That will maintain the thing in situ at the same time, and you will have diversification also. You have a better chance of bearing any kind of natural calamity or whatever happens. Because seasonally 1 or 2 crops will have some problems. So if you have a basket of 8 or 10 crops, if 2 or 3 underperform also, you will have 4 or 5 which will help you mitigate your losses and enhance your profitability. Companion cropping, again, like you say, in all vegetables, we grow marigold, because it helps in the control of nematodes in the soil also. Plus, automatically, because of its flowering, it attracts a lot of pollinators, and the flowers are also sold. So it is not just helpful to the overall crop. It helps us in generating income also. And if it comes around good festival seasons, we get very good rates.
Okay. Okay. And what are some cost-effective ways to irrigate and manage water resources organically?
There is drip irrigation if you have very less water, which is done. I personally prefer sprinklers. Sprinkler irrigation is what I prefer. And for small leafy vegetables and all of that, I still prefer flood irrigation,
Okay.
because sprinkler is one way is just like once it cleans off the plant also. Whatever dust and everything, anything is settled on the plant. In summer seasons, it helps to manage the temperatures also. Overall, like I read somewhere, this is not my line. The difference between drip and sprinkler is like after coming tired from somewhere, just washing your hands and feet is drip irrigation. Taking a whole bath is sprinkler irrigation.
Okay. And how can you do, sorry, how can we develop effective marketing strategies to sell the organic produce and livestock products from our farm?
Marketing strategies, madam, the best thing to do here is see if it is possible for you to directly market the products. If you have a group of people who are growing, that is actually a better option. If you have at least three, four farmers in and around you who are all of them are into organic growing of things, you can just diversify more. Plus, you can distribute the crops according to the strengths of that person and his farm also, and you will have a larger basket. And now awareness in Belgaum is now a district place. Here also there is a lot of awareness regarding organic food and all of that. You can make use of whatever social media is available. Plus, the most important thing which we have realized after all these years is having the trust of the customers. And if we are genuine, I think the taste will also be different. The customers will know what they are having. And our strategy is that we tell our customers the farm is hardly 1.5 hours away from the market from here. Anytime you want, you can go there. Quite a few of our customers have visited our farm, had a just taken around and come back also, because what we basically do is we tell them that whatever is available in the market today is available on the farm. So it is all in-house. It is more easier if you have a group of people who are doing this together.
Okay. 1 second. Okay. Okay, Mr. Ambaprasad, I don't see any more questions. So before we end, one last question. Please
Sure.
let us know a little about your career background and what made you to take an interest in agriculture and especially organic agriculture.
Like I said earlier, we are basically from a landed agriculture family. We are in that place since around nearly now 7 to 8 generations. I was educated here in Belgaum. I am a civil engineer by profession, but afterwards, after I lost my father in around 1991, I got into this field. Earlier, I was a full-fledged chemical farmer, but now, after last 15 20 years, after I realized that there is a problem with once we are doing chemical farming, the input costs were also very high. There are a lot of pest disease. It is like you have to keep on increasing the dose every year, increasing the thing. Uh, we had very bad 2 3 years of bad rainfall. In that time, I realized that whatever we were following in a traditional method, like what we are talking today, mixed cropping or this diversified cropping, that helped in actually managing the losses compared to our earlier experiences and the experiences of the other people also. So then we slowly, and it was not a gradual shift from chemical to organic. We just decided 1 year that we are going for organic fully, and we just started off. Earlier, uh, in the very beginning, I used to use some of the other inputs, certified inputs from the market, which were available then. That effective microorganisms, which is still available in the market. It's available on Amazon also. That is actually a very wonderful and fantastic, what is a formulation for anybody who wants to just start off new. Once after some years, once your land takes over, the fertility issue and everything is solved, then it is actually very easy. The only thing you have to do is go and see that you are not destroying things. Nature will heal by itself. This is what we have learned after all these years. And things just keep on happening automatically. And at least 25% of your land, whatever your land holding, should be diverted to horticulture, which mitigates your losses also. And in a period of bad climatic year and anything, it will help you tide over things. And that to horticulture also should be, again, that should also be diversified. Don't go in for one single crop. All of it is pomegranate, all of it is mango. That also not good. So there is a lot of those things will happen. And we have got a lot of trees which are useful only for their wood. Those should also be there. And there should be a lot of naturally wild flowering trees, which will attract a lot of pollinators and birds and everything. So that's more or less, that's okay. Once you get into that, I think making a loss is very difficult after this.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Ambaprasad, I don't see any more questions from our editorial team. So now we have come to end of question round. Before I end, I would like to check with Mr. Brito. Anything you would like to ask or any comments?
Yeah. Thank you, Rajni, madam. Thank you, Mr. Prasad, for a very nice presentation. You are doing your farming in a very professional manner. I must congratulate you. And it's a lesson for everybody who wants to take up organic farming. And by you going into organic farming, you are straight away saving about 70% of the cost because your fertilizer, pesticide cost is completely avoided. So the rest of it is all profit. And not only that, your future generations also can keep farming and your land is saved forever. Congratulations and all the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Mr. Ambaprasad. So we'll end this meeting and thank you for your talk and answering all the questions in detail. We'll end this meeting now. Have a good evening. Thank you, Mr. Brito.
Thank you for the opportunity also.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Thank you.